Good morning from the White House. Unfortunately, I was under the weather for the better part of a week, really under the weather, unable to comment on the most partisan inaugural speech I'd ever heard, as well as the pardoning of the January 6th defendants, the rioters, and clemency for everyone to get out of prison immediately. And this is a reminder also that here on the White House is the small radio debrief business that I have. And I thought, well, why not put these notes that I send to affiliate stations almost on a daily basis on video? And I'll be here or doing a video almost every day. We'll see if I have to earn a lot of money other places. There's no question about it. But let's get started. Overnight came executive orders regarding the military, including a new ban on transgender persons serving. It was a sudden thing in the first Trump term when he tweeted out the same ban after seeing a report on Fox News. Then Secretary of Defense Mark Esper and top brass had to scramble to set a policy, and it took many months. Joe Biden quickly reversed it. But under Pete Hegseth, though, one can assume getting transgenders out of the military is a priority. The president has also reinstated with back pay any military members pushed out for refusing to take the COVID vaccine. The purge continues as over a dozen career prosecutors deemed untrustworthy have been fired from the Department of Justice. Their untrustworthiness starts with having helped Special Counsel Jack Smith investigate Donald Trump with election subversion, criminal case, and mishandling classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Their termination letters concluded, quote, they could not be trusted with faithfully implementing the president's agenda. Smith resigned before Trump took office, but not before the release of his team's report regarding the attempts to overturn the 2020 election was put out, including the massive pressure put on Vice President Mike Pence at the time to help overturn those results. Look for lawsuits to try to overturn the firings, or at least in the long run, having those dismissed, reinstated with back pay, etc. Career workers are subject to some civil service protections, but getting rid of them is the message here. The purge of suspected migrants in the country illegally and believed to be dangerous to U.S. society continues. Some officials do admit, though, that a good percentage of those being detained and potentially deported immediately are not believed to have committed crimes. The administration has been allowing visual media significant access to these roundup efforts, and including the short standoff, if you will, over with Colombia over whether military flights would be accepted with the migrants going back to Colombia. All of this is likely to play out very well with the Trump base, and the people here at the White House want to keep it some part of the daily news digest. House Republicans are spending a few days at Trump's Doral golf course in Miami. They're trying to decide how to decide with top priorities, new border policies, tax cuts, and energy production. Senate Republicans have to have a say, and a lot of GOP members in both chambers are concerned about doing things too quickly. The debate amongst party leaders is whether one big, beautiful bill will get it all across the finish line. Now, the president is fearful of the politics of some of the things that might be proposed by some in his party. Quote, I will not sign any bill that cuts even a single penny from Medicare or Social Security for our great seniors, he told the gathering. He also declared he intended to keep his promise of no taxes on tips, no taxes on overtime, and no taxes on Social Security. Well, that is a whole lot of deficit added to Uncle Sam's bottom line. Speaking of the House, Speaker Mike Johnson told the gathering that aid to California for wildfire recovery will have some conditions on it. Just last week, Trump said he wanted the state to have voter ID requirements, which of course has really nothing to do with fire safety. There's been so much happening and changing and no way to keep up with it all for average folks. But as ever, the nation is evenly divided. 538 is keeping track of favorable ratings, and a couple of days ago, Trump's unfavorable view was 1.4% higher. With ear on the White House, I'm Bob Costantini.